probably hyped him up and then took him off. Like, I could definitely see that happening. Definitely could see that happening. But yeah, I'm gonna just get it started so we can get this done, get up out of here. What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Donda Cast, because that's what we become. Where we talk anything, everything Donda, and everything around it. This will hopefully be our last week of the Donda Cast. I know y'all getting tired of it. It's been like a month. But don't worry. It's still good news. We're going to start with a lot of love today, and then we're going to get into hate. Well, I'm going to get into hate. He said he's not going to get into hate, even though he feels that same hate in his heart. But it's okay.
I don't. I've never said that.
He never said it. He never said it.
I'm not hating on nobody.
He never said it off the camera. But let's start with love. Let's talk about our good guy Drake here, Certified Lover Boy. I know we've all heard the album. Probably you heard it. You listened to it in full by now.
Not top to bottom.
Not top to bottom.
Like I've heard it.
Up, Levi?
Let me say that. I've heard it in my own way randomly, but not from top to bottom in the correct order.
What would you rate it? What you giving it? Number wise, favorite song, stuff like that.
Like I can't really rate it, bro. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna.
It's fine. You sound fine.
I gotta get my setup. Okay. Is this good?
No, they still can't see you, but it's okay. If you don't want to be seen, you don't want to be seen. Just say that on the mic so people know you don't want to be seen.
I don't care. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. I'm not important. Okay. What was I about to say? So my overall critique of the album, my opinion of the album is that I just don't know if it fit what I expected. I'm not gonna lie. You know, like I told you in the previous podcast, that I felt like Drake was gonna outdo Kanye, which I think we're gonna get into the numbers soon. That he is gonna outdo Kanye, but I just thought it was gonna be in the aspect of Drake just going back to his old, the name Certified Lover Boy gave me this thing's about to be in his R&B bag. Like he's about to make everybody sit here with the lights off and just ascend, and just give you bar for bar and some good vocals. So that's not what we got here at all. But I don't think it was bad. It's cool. A lot of people that I know that are Drake fans told me they felt like it was more of a playlist because it was kind of everywhere.
And that's his thing now, I guess. That's what people are giving him.
So I mean,
I would say
cool.
Me not being a Drake fan, me being the opposite of a Drake fan, I would say I like this album decently. Of course, my favorite song on there is TSU because I heard that song before, and that's my favorite Drake song in probably the past 5 years. So I like TSU. Love the video for Way Too Sexy. The song is kind of just straight, but the video just sold it. It was so funny. But there was the only thing about this album, there was a lot of songs that I felt like I had heard already. Love All. The only thing that was missing off that was the Jay-Z feature, the Fair Trade, TSU, heard before that. It was a couple more at the bottom. I can't really remember. But yeah, I would say overall it was a okay album. There was some highlights, a few, but top to bottom, I feel like how Ag did when he was listening to it and he fucking fell asleep, because that's about Yeba's Heartbreak is where I started to tone down. Yeah. When I listened to it top to bottom, full through all the songs type shit.
With all due respect, when it dropped, my girl was going fucking crazy before the shit even played, and I'm this is the same girl that was obsessed with Kanye, so I was a little confused. And maybe I'm being hesitant to give it the right rating because I am a true Kanye stan, but I don't think so because. I'm hard on Drake because I feel like, he does a little bit of everything. So it's kind of easy to critique someone that does so much. But it's just, production was amazing from the first, Champagne Poetry. I think that beat is lovely. Yeah. And that's where I thought this project would have basically sounded like, off of the name.
When I heard that first song, I was just oof. Yeah. I didn't really like it like that. But at the same time, I was just okay, this production just lets me know that there's something, this nigga's going for it right now. Because that's a sample of a sample of a sample.
And to me, that's hard. The reason why I'm saying that is I feel like the only thing I feel like Drake is lacking at this point is just adding another layer of quote unquote artistry to his music. Yeah. Because I like Drake. And then
consistency too. That's what I've been seeing everybody complain about. This album is not consistent at all.
I've always liked Drake. It's on and off about his album and stuff, but I've always liked Drake from the jump because I just always felt like his production and his lyricism was only getting better per project. Thank Me Later, all those earlier projects, it was he was getting more and more into what we know as the OVO's, sound and as you call it, underwater or whatever.
That's what everybody calls it. That's his fucking cheat code. 90% of this album is underwater.
But I'm fine with that. I just want to hear it evolve each time, and I really feel like Champagne Poetry evolved. It reminded me of a calmer, but yet in a way a different version of what was Nothing Was the Same intro. Tuscan Leather?
Tuscan Leather?
Like,
yeah.
Tuscan Leather was in your face, abrupt, different beat changes, but it gave you all the versions of Drake in the song. You feel me? And I feel like Champagne Poetry was the same way. I really like it. I really do. I liked a lot of cuts on here. But overall, there was no consistency for me. And I just, like I touched on the group much, it just felt weird because I'm like, I don't think the name fits. I don't think anything fits.
I don't
get it.
think the name fits at all either.
But maybe there's more to this album as it roll out. And then, a couple people saying on Twitter and TikTok about how like it's not an album that's really supposed to make sense or fit. It was more just here's this a troll and like you guys are gonna pop the album, which I'm starting to believe is a thing because a lot of people are trolling the cover. A lot of people made memes about the cover, and I don't know. I don't know what was the process behind it, but at the end of the day, it's all about the music, and people love it. I think it's cool.
And that's something that people I don't think really like recognize with Drake because most people are such like huge fans of him. He really don't be giving a fuck about none of this rollout cover shit.
Yeah.
And like you can go back way to fucking what was it? Thank You Later. Was that his first album or what was the album before that?
Pull up his album.
Pull up his discography. But like all these covers, if you really look at them, they're not that thought out. Like they're just kind of like he just hired someone to do the shit. Like really, like look at his covers all the way back to Comeback Season. Like these covers are not good.
I mean,
Thank Me Later actually has the best cover to me.
I mean, they're cool. They're all pretty decently, I think, to the times. Like Comeback Season 2007, everybody was taking pictures of themselves as their cover. So Far Gone was a little artistic. I'm fucking with it. If you're reading this too late, I would agree. I don't understand.
Lazy as fuck.
I don't understand.
Lazy as fuck.
I'm not gonna say that. I just don't understand. Dang, he's only 34. Wow. But anywho, then we go into Thank Me Later, which I'm fine with. It ain't nothing crazy, but it's 2010 and he's still using his face, so that's fine. And To Take Care, which I think it's amazing. That cover was memed as well, but it wasn't memed till way later though. Like,
and that be the thing really. Like all his covers are like memes. Like yeah, we're gonna meme this out some kind of way.
I don't think Dark Lane demos were memed. More Life was memed a little bit. Nothing Was the Same was definitely memed.
Views was memed.
I don't know about Scorpion.
Take Care. If you're reading this too late, was definitely memed out.
To his point, is it bad though? Like, is it not just a part of his thing? Because if you're reading this too late, definitely became a font, a clothing brand, every fucking thing you can imagine.
Yeah.
But that's not bad. I think that is just might be the purpose of his art.
It's not to say that it's bad, but like the opposite side of me is just like, okay, is he just doing this because he doesn't care, or if he cares to just have people meme it because he knows that's gonna like get his numbers up, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I feel like Drake is definitely someone where it's like any press is good press kind of thing, and I don't think he really cares how it comes off to people.
And so I took a couple moments on my day to think about it. With me having my side to Drake where it's like I'm being hard, and then my side where I'm like, okay, I can understand, whatever. I just really can't be mad at the production. I can't be mad at the album rollout because it's like, what's the opposite of this? What would you have preferred for a rollout or album art? Because I truly think he's just having fun at this
Honestly, when he started his rollout, like that first video where he was going back through all of his album covers, like that was hard. Like if he was gonna keep with that kind of pace, it seems like he got towards the end and it was more like, okay, I'm just gonna troll now. Like
and I'm only asking this because I think we're casting it on him. I'm not sure if all Drake fans or even fans of Drake in general care about it. Is like, are we basically saying the perspective we see Drake isn't as artistic enough? So it's like blah. So it's not respected the same way as another artist.
See, and that's the thing. Like I think, at least when I look at it, and I look at, because even though I'm not a big fan of Drake, you can't like ignore him, right? But it's just like I feel like he could do it if he wanted to do it. That's why I'm saying. Like,
but if that's
sure
not
if
truly
him, or maybe his team doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. If it's not him, what does it matter? Because Certified Lover Boy, this funny shit might genuinely be Drake.
It could be.
He could be a funny fucking guy.
It could be. It could be him. It definitely could be. Parts of it seems like it's not, but parts of it seems like it does. Like I'm really not sure because like he kind of leans into it, but then at the same time,
I think Joe said this on his podcast, or maybe it was Act, but somebody was like, yo, Drake never affiliates himself with too much of anything. As an artist, he, you know, if he collabs with you or 21 Savage or
Joe has said that
it's
a
like
while ago too.
He plays the fence, he plays the line. He's not gonna ever cross it, and I think that's what he does with himself, like to the public eye, because it's like, yeah, we can get in this artsy whatever bag you want to call it, a little bit deeper. You know, you feel like you're ascending, mind fucked, whatever. And I feel like he played with that with Champagne Poetry, and then we can also do some shit like Way Too Sexy. You know what I mean? So personally, the artist in me, super deep intellectual is like, okay, I definitely wanted more Drake. Like Certified Lover Boy, when I hear it, I'm thinking like, okay, this is, like I said, some hits and some spiritual, like I'm just gonna be moved just from top to bottom, you know? But the more I just sat back and just listened to it and then kind of, you know, trying to understand the rollout, understand maybe where he is, I think this is fun. I do believe that he is coming to the end of his career, which is weird to say, but I think it's just,
So you think he doesn't have too many albums left?
Not in the sense of what we think. Like, it's not going to be no more cohesiveness or this and that. He's going to just be having, I think we're going to have a lot more Way Too Sexies.
A lot more Way Too Sexy.
Like, you're going to be like, oh, Drake's back, hit. Like, funny hit, or, you know what I mean? People are involved. Like, he might be pulling out the woodworks of mad different people you didn't think he might be with.
The way that nigga got Kawhi in that video.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's going to get into that bag. Like,
Shit was
I'm not mad at
hilarious.
it. Like, I think, the reason why I can't be mad at it is because I'm looking at it as this nigga had fun. Truly.
And that's why when I was first talking about it, I was just like, I don't know if I really want to like shit on it, because at the end of the day, like off the last project, there wasn't nothing I liked about that. Like nothing. But off of this one, at least like when that Way Too Sexy video came out, I was just like, okay, this is kind of funny. Yeah. Like the cover was a troll. I was just like, okay, this is whack, whatever. Champagne Poetry came on. I was just like, okay, maybe the music's actually good. And then it kind of went all over the place, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep on this. And then next day, Way Too Sexy video drops. I'm just like, okay, this is fun. It's parts of it are pulling me in. Yeah, where that usually doesn't happen for me with Drake specifically.
Like the reason why I'm saying that, even I'll actually lie. I think In the Bible was very good too.
Oh yeah,
JoJo didn't like it.
That was a solid song.
And the reason why, did you like In the Bible? Did you listen, Levi?
Yeah.
I really like Dirk's verse. Dirk can't miss right now, bro.
Nigga said nothing. All he talked about was Indian hummed. But anyway, we're gonna get into that.
That was enough, bro. I felt that. I would do that.
That's the reason why I'm getting into the song. I feel like the structure of that song was very different and almost Kanye-esque. Not production, but the structure. Drake, Dirk, hums, gaps as in the music just playing, then give you on a weirdly placed outro for a Drake song.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. His artistry played randomly in this.
That was another thing. Like, I feel like he had a bunch of those weirdly placed outros. Yeah. Because he had one on TSU where it was just like beat switched out of nowhere, and I was just like, okay, like this just threw off like the whole song. Like this could have been another interlude if you wanted to really put this on there, but it didn't add nothing to the song.
I like the Dirk song. I did like the Dirk verse, and that's what I was gonna bring up as, and I feel like the vibe in the studio, or maybe even what Drake told Dirk was like, whatever they talked about, I feel like didn't give off the fact that he needed to come out here and bar out. This is my time to shine. I was like, nah, I'm gonna do this for my girl, you feel me? Which is respectable as hell. But that also plays a part to me. I feel like people may have enjoyed their features on this project. This wasn't like a Kanye-esque where I gotta come and prove, or even I'm gonna try to step away from Kanye, but anyone else where it's like I gotta come out here and go bar to bar with Drake. No, Dirk came out there and made sure he was taking care of, you feel me, his girl and shit. And even you can go as far as to say, I don't give a fuck what nobody said. That Kid Cudi song to me was just random as hell, and I think they both had fun. I think that maybe was a personal thing for him and Drake. Like, you feel me? I don't see how that even fits into the album.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Yeah,
I don't see
like it like that.
I don't like it, but I'm like I said, I'm trying to think more just holistically in the whole project. Like, I don't see how that fits.
Yeah,
like,
I don't either. Like,
but yeah, I'm interested to see what Drake does post this. Of course, we're gonna get into the Kanye thing more, so I'm interested to see what he does with that. But post this and musically, I'm like on the fence to say 60-65% sure that we're gonna get a lot more funnier, playful, still hits. Still definitely hits from Drake. It's just not going to be as serious. I could be wrong.
Drake don't keep a hit. Like, you can't even
I could be wrong, but I'm basically saying kind of like how he played around and told Boat to go ahead with the video for Oprah's bank account. I think we're going to get more stuff like that. I mean, if you think about it, what was the song with Dirk originally?
What? Oh, Laughing Out Cry Later?
Yeah, that was essentially, he didn't get that funny, but he played around in that video as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Drewski was the one for that. Oh yeah, I guess he has been doing that like
Yeah.
funny shit with niggas whenever he's
so
on a song.
I think he's just getting into a different bag and having fun. 35 years of age, been in the game for how long now? 12 plus, maybe a little bit longer than that.
It's been a minute.
So it's just weird for us to see it because he doesn't feel that old to us.
Yeah.
But he's been doing music for a long time. So I'm really interested to see where he goes next. Because I don't think we usually see artists take such a left or a curve in their career where it's like, hey, I'm the shit, but I'm just taking it a little bit less serious and making it obvious that I'm having fun. Not even less serious. I'm going to say that's the wrong word. I'm just having fun doing this, and I'm making that obvious. So I'm interested to see. I mean, it's whatever. Most artists to me, when they on their downfall or getting ready to retire, just goes back to what got them there. It's an older sound, but
So
we'll
it's
see.
saying here, Drake's Certified Lover Boy headed for #1 debut on the U.S. album charts with 575 to 625 first week, over 650 million streams. Biggest debut of the year, obviously. And we talked about Kanye. He was supposed to do what? 325 or 375? Does anyone remember?
He was supposed to do 350 or something.
No, like where's he? Like he fell out at like 325.
Oh, you're talking about what he actually ended up doing? 325,
325
if I'm not
over
mistaken.
4 days. So he would have.
Yeah, you can look it up to make sure.
If Dre would have been on the lower end, Kanye would have beat him. But I'm not getting into that specifically yet. But I wanted to ask you about the what was it? The shit that they were saying about Drake and using the R. Kelly sample. How you feel about that?
I mean, I don't know why that sample was needed. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I was just about to say. Like, and I was gonna compare it to, I know we talked about how Kanye brought out Marilyn Manson for the Uzi beef, whatever. But for both of those moves, I just feel like I would understand. Like for example, the baby on Jail, that made sense to me. Like, and that added something to that song. But for this R. Kelly sample, you know what the actual sample is, right?
Nah, I didn't.
It was so it's on that intro part. You hear the rain in the back, and it was just like that dun dun. That's all it was. Like, it wasn't even the words over top. It was just that sound on the intro, and it's just like, bro, why is this even here? Like, why did you even want to add this? Because I have a version of that song that doesn't have that on there, and it's just like it's. I feel like it's better because it starts like right at the end of like those words. And then it goes into the song. You hear a little bit more of the beat, and then it drops. It's a little bit slower. Like, I feel like the pacing on it is better. But I'm just not sure why you'll want to add that with the controversy associated with it, unless that's just like what you want. And the same thing with Marilyn Manson, because I feel like his addition to Jail was nothing. Like, we could have went without.
Yeah, he
it.
ended up going on Remote Control, I think, though, on the album, right?
He did.
Isn't it? He's not on. Is he at the end of Jail? No, Jail Part 2. He's not on the end of it no more. I don't think. I think he's on.
No, he was on. Guess we're
he's on
going to jail tonight. He's saying that behind.
Oh yeah, he is on that Part 2.
Yeah.
And he's on Remote Control. Who's at the end of Remote Control?
What?
Yeah.
So that was never him. Yeah, that was never him.
Oh, that was.
I thought it was him.
Oh,
yeah.
you thought that was him, and
Yeah.
then ended up not being him.
Yeah, that was never him.
But yeah, he is on Jail Part 2. He ends up doing the ad-libs in the. Yeah.
I just like, you take these things off of it, and it's like nothing changes about those songs. To me, like, so it's just like, why even do it? Like, what's the purpose?
The Jail Part 2, I did like him, I'm not gonna lie, in some parts, but he wasn't needed throughout the whole dubbing of the Jail Part 2. I'm not sure. I can't. When I was in the car today listening to it with Colin, I was just thinking, like, I wonder how Drake's production team like goes about doing shit, because like, I feel like a lot of the times those beats start off so simple and they just continue to add, and then maybe even strip, and it goes back to what it originally was. I'm not sure the reason for that sample. I can't even lie. I can't fathom it. I can't.
I can't either. That's what I'm saying.
But I would think to some degree Drake felt strongly about it, or maybe that producer felt strongly about it, and it was less about who did it and where it came from, and more about what it spoke to in the sense of that song. And you may feel like you didn't care for it, but a lot of people may like that part. You feel me?
Like,
the actual song had something to do with,
or even that as well. So I think that was more of a personal or in-time call.
That came from the R. Kelly song "Half on a Baby," where, and I mean maybe like I could see it because when I went and looked at the fucking video for it, and it's like, I don't know if he just liked that the video had an owl in it. Like, I don't know, because it had an owl at the start when that part is going on.
Yeah.
And then I can understand like the words part because TSU is like a stripper anthem, older strippers in Houston or whatever, working college, going to college and all that kind of stuff. So I can understand like the little intro to it, but I feel like I don't know why you would feel so strongly as to keep on the R. Kelly part. Like that didn't make too much sense to me, but I don't think people is really gonna get him out of there for that. Like nobody really cares too much about that.
There's Drake out of here. I don't even know why you put that in a sentence. That's not even a sentence, actually.
The fact that you can't get Drake out of here, even when you talk about him with younger women, all that kind of stuff, is mind blowing.
I mean, I'm not getting into that. No, refuse. But yeah, back to the album. Yeah, I don't know what the addition of those artists and or samples were needed for. I would assume it was a personal call and or trolling, referring to the Marilyn Manson situation.
I did like the Beatles sample though from Champagne Poetry, and kind of like,
yeah,
I feel like that has a little bit of storyline to it that made a lot of sense to me, in sense of comparing himself to the Beatles.
Yeah, so I don't know. Just to give Certified Lover Boy it's like credit, I think in his own rights it's good. In his own way, you can maybe even say this may be the new formula for how he and other people may go about their albums, because to say it and call it a playlist means at some point you like the section of it, and that section is all that matters, because it's a long project for today's standard, especially like it's super long for today's standard. So if I like, which I've seen a lot of people say, first half buns, second half cool, and then vice versa, first half this, second half, like, you feel me? So
yeah,
if that's what works, that's what he wants to do. Let's figure out. Let's see how it ends up growing. But I'm, like I said, and I'm just not like the biggest fan of this project, because I just don't see what will pull me back here a couple months from now, and I don't see what will pull anybody back here a couple months from now.
Yeah, for me it would have been TSU, but I could just listen to the version I have because I like it better.
So we'll see. Like I said, we will genuinely see. But I would go as far as to say Drake's last 2 to 3 projects, I don't think it's pulled anybody back. Like, I think that's overall a consensus. But they have been more.
And that's the thing about Drake's discography.
Actually,
I can't even put it in order.
A lot. I completely lied. That Giveon song. Yeah, I'll go back to that. I'll go back to that. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. So, but he has dropped little fillers. So there's also
the Chicago freestyle, right?
Yeah, Chicago freestyle. That I'll go back to that. That's tough. That's tough. But to me, that's old Drake. That's old Drake. Like, that's, oh my god.
Yeah, that do sound like old Drake.
That's so tough. Oh my god.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like
old Drake. The piano.
Old
My gosh, shit.
All of this is just like, if it comes on in the car, like, I'm not probably gonna like skip it. It's like, that's how I am.
There are a few songs I'm skipping on here, but not songs that people would play in the car.
I'm not mad. The reason why I can't be mad at this and looking at the standard for today is because, like, Colin said it best. Like, Donda, Kanye West projects in general, you play that and that's gonna grow. That's gonna age. You feel me? Like y'all just said, if this gets played, you're not gonna skip it.
Yeah.
I would skip a Donda song if it wasn't in the right mood.
Yeah.
See, that's what Corey was saying, as far as like why he personally liked this better is because he felt like he could listen to it more, as opposed to a Donda where he couldn't. Like, but objectively, you look at Donda and you say, okay, this is a better album.
Yeah.
But subjectively, what do you like to hear more?
Exactly.
It's probably the Drake
and that's
album.
why I said I knew Drake was gonna sell more regardless of whatever Kanye did, because it's like, at the end of the day, Kanye, first of all, Kanye's never made a project with people his love off rip. That's never happened, as far as I know.
You don't think Graduation was a love off rip?
No.
Really?
I think it did well. Wasn't Graduation was against 50 Cent, right? Or no?
Yeah.
No, I think it went well due to him boasting himself. Like, oh nigga, rapper versus new artist. So that went well for him. But I think if it wasn't for that and it would have just dropped, it would have sounded well because it was hits. It was stadium music.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was like oh yeah, that's gonna sound great. It's Kanye West. I don't think he still hasn't gotten that.
I would say that Graduation was a love off rip, just because I feel like there was a lot of songs that, they've stand the test of time, but when they first came out, like, I was just like, a lot of people loved like Flashing Lights, and a lot of people loved Can't Tell Me Nothing.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like,
what is love off rip?
Maybe I'm not explaining. I don't feel like Kanye has ever get ready to drop an album and we're like, oh, it's goated. Oh, it's great already. Like, as a true Kanye stan, we may say that. I don't think the outside world has ever said that about Kanye. Like, oh yeah, it's fire. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be great. No,
like before it drops.
Yeah, it's always some type of controversy, which may be due to him, but it's always something along with it that may tear people away or whatever. And I feel like the 50 Cent thing made you just went ahead and pick a side. So the world was like, oh yeah, we're going Kanye, or oh, we're going 50 Cent. So that, to me, that perceived the album differently. But if you take that away,
went 50 Cent after they heard them shits.
But after that was over, or if we take that away from the album, would we have already been like, oh yeah, this Graduation about to be fire? And I don't think so. Drake was getting goated before the shit. Drake, that's Drake's thing. It's goated before it drops.
If you saying before, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was more so saying like people. When you said people love it off rip, I was thinking like right after it drops. I feel like after everybody heard that album, it was like that was one of those. That was literally probably Kanye's only album where people were like, okay, we like this music.
Okay.
And it's not like because Graduation wasn't too artsy. It wasn't too this. It wasn't too that. Like. And I would feel like Life of Pablo comes in like second after that because I feel like a lot of people really liked Life of Pablo, but still it still has some of those like artsy elements, so that pulled back. But Graduation didn't really have none
I'm not too sure because honestly, I don't know anybody that loves the whole Graduation album. Every time I ask people all the time, everybody's always quick to say, "Oh, Graduation's my favorite album. Graduation's my favorite album." I'm like, "Okay, what's your favorite song?" And it's always the singles. I'm like, okay, so did you like the album? Or do you like the fact that these were like the biggest songs? And that's basically what I'm kind of playing in the fact that
might be the thing because it had a lot of big songs.
Yeah.
Like, you had, I can't even remember the whole like thing, but you had Flashing Lights, you had Good Life, you had Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Yep.
What were the other big singles? I don't know the other big singles off it, but
there was two more.
I know I love like Homecoming and fucking what is it, Big Brother? Is it Big Brother? I think it is.
So you definitely got
Good Morning.
Champion.
Stronger is on it. Wait, Stronger on this album? Stronger's not on this album.
Stronger's on 808s, is it not?
No, Stronger's not on 808.
Wait,
Stronger's on Is Stronger on this album, bro? Go to Genius, bro, because this Google should be lying.
How does Stronger go?
Wow, Stronger is on this album. That's crazy.
Oh wow. How does Stronger go again?
Longer, better, faster, stronger.
Oh yeah, that's on this album. I'm tripping. I know what song I'm thinking about right now. Yeah, it fits into the exact sound of Champion.
Yeah.
But
Stronger, of course, was a huge song.
Yeah, it was hits on this shit. That's what.
Yeah,
so
that's the thing.
I'm not mad at anybody saying it's their favorite album because there were so many hits, and especially we were children, so that's all we heard was the radio. Like this shit getting played. But like as time, it was just weird. As time went on, I went back to this album. I started liking Homecoming way more, and I like Big Brother. This is actually probably
one of his best radio played albums.
Oh, most definitely. It's stadium music. So, but that's all I'm saying. I don't know if like Kanye has ever or will ever get the whole status of like, oh, it's goated before it drops from everyone. It's always diverse. It's always something like this, something like that. But that, like I said, may really be because of him.
Yeah, I mean, it's his choices with how he decides to do his music, especially as he's gone along with his career.
Was on this album, bro.
Me too, bro. I thought it was a My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy song. Like I could not even remember that Stronger was on this album.
We've been biking too long, bro. We need to start coming here before we do anything else, so we can be on our P's and Q's.
No, for real.
But nah, definitely like that first half of this project. Like as a kid, I was fucking in love. Good Morning, Champion, Stronger, everything. Like
honestly, this album like is a top to bottom listen. Like because it's not too long.
Yeah.
It's not too many songs really. Because this is like an extended version that we're looking at. It's really 13 songs because it ends with Big Brother.
Yeah.
Like all that other shit is like it's like a deluxe type of thing. But
I think it's just interesting to see how all these projects now times are changing versus, because even maybe I think Lil Wayne back in the day, I think had that type of like, oh, it's goated before it even drops.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because before the Carter 3 dropped, it was like, oh yeah, this is about to be the best album that comes out for the next 5 years. Like everybody was saying that. And it really was one of those types of albums. Like the Carter 3 was probably like, when did that come out? Can you look that up? Was probably like a staple for at least like 3 years after it dropped. And it was like one of those albums that came out in 2018, June 10th.
Mr. Carter's still my favorite.
2008, my bad. June 10th, 2008.
Motown?
This shit was hits. Does it say Motown?
I thought so. If you go
Cash Money, Universal Motown, yeah.
Interesting. But yo, pull up. I know you want to talk about it. Life of the Party.
Top to bottom bangers. Yeah, Life of the Party. How before we even get into the actual song, how does this help Drake in your opinion? How do you think that it helps Drake to put this out? Leak it, like in what ways can this benefit Drake?
So Life of the Party was leaked by Drake on OVO.
Sound 42 on XM radio.
Yeah, so he leaked it. because he said he would be doing a mix for it, correct? Just to let the viewers know, he said he was going to do a mix for the radio. He tweeted that, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So he ended up playing this song done by Andre 3000 and Kanye West, which samples DMX.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a clear, obvious diss to Drake because he makes it apparent, and everything. So yeah, that's what we're talking about now. So I don't know how this helps Drake, but I don't know how it doesn't. So when I first called you and I was just like, why would he do this? Oh my God, like, the song is fire. You have Andre 3000 on a song with Kanye West. Like, it's going to do great regardless. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
Yeah.
They could have said Scoop-Dee fucking Whoop remix and it would have been great. So, like, why would you do this? And then in that same breath, it's like I told you on a phone call, I'm like, there has to be something bigger that Drake has. It's the only thing that makes sense, you know? So it's like you look at it from both sides, like, why the fuck would you do that? And then you look at it like, unless he has something bigger, like, you know what I mean? Like, unless he has something better than this. And so it's like, it's exciting to see that no one's business is their own. Like, I really be thinking much like this. When I figured out, and, you know, people were dissecting the lines and Drake was about to do an ACG collab, and Kanye was like, I'll hire the whole fucking team and you will never drop this shit. Like,
that is a mind-blowing line,
I'm like, how the fuck does he even know about this nigga's ACG collab? Like, that doesn't come out to the end of this year. Like, what the fuck?
Chess, not fucking checkers. So, these niggas is on some different shit.
To me, and on the flip side, how the fuck did Drake get this song? It just, no one's business is their own, man. No matter how big or small you are.
Well, you had sent the thing, the Consequence says that they had a leak in the fucking
in the Kanye's camp,
the Good Music camp, or the Kanye camp, whatever you want to call it, Donda camp.
Yeah,
that shit's wild though. Like, I think the oddest I want to learn more about line in here is the Sci-Hi shit. Like, Sci-Hi told me to my face that Sicko Mode was his biggest song, because we looked at it and we saw that he was a writer on there, but I'm like, what did he contribute to Sicko Mode? So, you know, did he write Drake's part?
I don't know.
I wouldn't believe that. But
I would. Well, so whenever this becomes a documentary, because it fucking will, whenever that shit comes out and whenever good music artists start whatever, like, I think we're gonna hear the fact that Kanye and Drake are a lot closer than we ever thought. And I think by close, I'm not gonna say close and say, oh brother, let's hang out, but they're always gonna be close due to the artist that goes back and forth between teams. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like Sci-Hi may have had a big role at the time with Sicko Mode. Now, I don't believe he helped write the whole of Drake verse, or maybe he set up the Travis Drake thing, facilitated some sort of thing. Because you gotta remember, Kanye was still upset at Drake for name dropping and trying to insinuate Kim and his other songs, and then doing the song with Travis, he was also upset about. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, no way Sci-Hi did so much and Kanye didn't know. So that has to be something in there as well. But I do believe Sci-Hi had something to do with both sides of the party. And that's why I'm just like, whenever this documentary, whenever the truth, quotation marks, come out, I think we're going to see, like, either we're going to look at Kanye like you're a fucking idiot, or we're going to look at Drake like you're a fucking idiot. Because I just feel like they have so many connections within each other that's just playing out a huge role. And I'm not shocked by the mole shit. Like,
by the what shit?
By someone having, like, Kanye West having a mole in his team or whatever. Like, I'm not shocked by that at all, because it's like, unlike Drake, unlike any other artist, I should say, Drake, to me, like I said earlier, like, he doesn't have too much of like a defined circle. Mm-hmm. You feel me? It's him, and you start naming a few people,
and then he's cool with everybody else.
Yeah, and then, like, honestly, I didn't even know him and Future were that fucking close. He over here name dropping Future in almost every other song now. Mm-hmm. And then so it's like,
does no one remember how when Future first got a line with Drake, and how they was really like almost beefing because Future was on his tour and he was only getting paid like $15,000 a show, as opposed to like what he would usually be making. Yeah. And he was like, really, I don't know how they. I'm not gonna lie.
I remember a lot about that tour too.
It was like $15,000 or like $5,000.
But I'm not sure if that was confirmed. That was confirmed. Yeah, I've heard stuff like that.
That was damn near confirmed. Like,
but I mean, Future took a L to just gain a W. He probably made more money. Might work some shit out with Drake. I don't know. It's fucking
probably
Future.
Probably so. It's just funny. Like,
by the way, we didn't talk about it. I meant to bring that up. Future's been on a fucking hit run. Future. So it'd be hard to say.
Future has been on a feature hit run.
Yeah, there you go. Like, I thought about it, like hearing him on Way Too Sexy, and then Pardon Me, and then honestly, y'all may think this is a reach. I don't think so. Ever since that Kendrick, ever since that Kendrick song that Future was on with was it J-Rock on that?
Oh yeah. I forgot what it's called now. King's Dead,
I think he's been on a different wave when it comes. And you know how I feel about Future. I'm not the biggest fan or nothing, but I give credit where it's due.
When he gets in the studio with the right people,
fuck the right people.
It's going crazy.
When he says I'm about to do whatever I want, y'all can keep that lyricism shit. He goes off.
Nah, but I'm saying like we can't ignore like all the features that he does with the regular niggas that he does features with. You know what I'm saying? Like the regular like Lil Baby, the regular like damn, what's the nigga name? 42 Doug. But he's done a lot of features that we could say like, okay, we can miss those.
No, I don't even think we can miss those, bro. Like he's been playing with his voice. I'm gonna say post King's Dead, that's what I remember. It may have been earlier, but I just feel like he's been in this bag where it's like music was already changing, auto-tune, everybody's kind of jacking Future a little bit. So he's like, let me continue trying to play around. And I just think he's been going crazy. I forgot what other song I heard him on recently, and he was kind of doing the same thing, like playing around with his voice and shit. And I'm just like, he's not saying too much now. But I think it's way more effective than what he was doing. To me, I like it. I like hearing, of course, his original deep voice, whatever. And out of nowhere, you hear a high pitch of this, that, and the third. It's fucking amazing. But yeah, shout out to Future. He's going on a crazy run. I just had to bring it up.
I forgot what I was saying before that, but
you were talking about the Sicko Mode, Sahai.
Shit, I done lost it now.
What? Can you try?
I really can't remember what I was saying because I was off of that onto something else, and that's why I was just like, "Damn, what did we get into? What were we get?" I think I was about to say something about the features because we wasn't just talking about Future.
I don't know, but anyways, bring it back to the song.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was about to say, like the features. Cause you were talking. Oh, I remember it now. Cause you was talking about how they have such close-knit circles, and it shows by the fact that they have half of the features on Kanye's album is the same half of the features on this album. And you would think that niggas like Jay-Z and Cudi and wouldn't show up. I know Travis would show up on this album, but Jay-Z and Cudi showing up on this album, it's like shit. I thought those were like the real.
No, I knew Jay-Z, but I didn't think Kid Cudi just because they had their own beef as well.
Exactly.
But I think almost at one point Drake and Jay-Z had beef too, but
they did. Jay-Z dissed them on a song.
I think it's to a point where it's like
Does it feel like industry just like weird shit, or do you really think that like all these niggas are just like friends with Kanye and also friends with Drake?
Yes. Andre 3000 made it clear like he would like to work with both of these niggas as well. Like at the end of the day, Drake is the god of music right now. Like just let's put that out there. It's clear as hell. He runs the throne. He is the throne. There's no taking it from him. Like I don't even think Watch Throne 2 could take it from him. That's on God. Like there is no taking it from him. Yeah. He has it. You feel me? And I feel like Jay-Z understands that. Kid Cudi understands that. And Kanye's still trying to figure that out. It's just people have to understand it's not to stay in their lane, but they're running their lane. Drake has the world. Kanye has a lane. Jay-Z has a lane. Kid Cudi has a lane. And I'm not saying to stay in it like, oh, y'all can't do better than that. I'm saying in the grand scheme of like who's on top is always going to be Drake because of the same reason we just said. His music's all over the place. Kid Cudi's not going to give that to you. Jay-Z's not going to give that to you. Kanye could. I don't think he will. There's just certain things people don't want to do in their career because who they are. And like you said, they're their own person. And Academic said in the video that I watched, she was like, I would be shocked if Kanye responds to this disc. Because it's like, that's not who he is. He's never responded to this. And that's not within his artistry. He may give it like some limelight. He may act on it. But he'll be shocked if Kanye actually responds within music. And I agree with that. And so that's why I'm like...
You mean outside of like Life of the Party?
No, definitely. That song wasn't going to come out. I think it's a different version of that song.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, do you think he was about to release a different version of that
song?
Yeah,
definitely. Most definitely.
Got you.
This actually counts as a...
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, because if you want to count that, there's several leaked versions of Kanye dissing J. Cole. The songs were never going to come out though. Like he was just.
Oh, I haven't seen.
You haven't heard that? No, yeah, there's like several lines of Kanye songs. You just type in Kanye leaks or dissing J. Cole, you'll find them. Yeah, he was responding back to J. Cole, but he's not gonna release shit like that. This is not who they are. And I like what Levi was saying. Like everybody's their own person. And I'm not trying to discredit Kid Cudi or Jay-Z by saying the lane line. But all I'm trying to say is like they understand that like working with Drake can only help them and vice versa. Is basically passing down the throne or giving respect within their artistry. If Kid Cudi working with Drake is like, that means, oh my God, like they set aside their differences and as an artist, they can see each other as an equal now. You know what I mean? Of course that helps Drake, and of course that helps Cudi because now it's like, oh, Drake is cool with hipsters, whatever. And then with Cudi's like, oh my god, he can make a Drake song, whatever. It shows the versatility. But to me, it's like, unless it gets stated, which he would have to tweet and say out loud or whatever the case would be, like, if you work with Drake, you're not with me, or if you work with Kanye, you're not with me. I don't think it's gonna ever get to that point because none of them niggas is gonna pay their bills.
Yeah.
You feel me? And even though I'm pretty sure Kid Cudi doesn't need no money, or Jay-Z definitely doesn't need no money, you're not paying me to be your friend. I'm gonna be whoever, friend I wanna be. You feel me?
Exactly.
And I think like what T.I. said when Travis performed at the Super Bowl, he was like, that's not me. I wouldn't do that, but Travis is his own man. You feel me? And that's what it boils down to. You may have beef with this person, but I don't have beef with you. You feel me? So I thought it will get down to that, how Kanye was first reacting.
Yeah.
That is going to get to like, okay, how people, KC and everybody was tweeting random weird shit and war.
Yeah.
So I thought it was getting there.
Yeah,
but
that's what I was saying. Like, I thought that, maybe not on the Drake side, but on the Kanye side, it's just like, oh, you working with this nigga? I'm cutting you off kind of thing.
Yeah,
but it doesn't seem like it's getting like that.
But I always wondered what Kid Cudi meant when he said he wasn't on the album. Remember, he answered the person's question or the fans' question, like, no, I'm not on the album. And then after he was like, yo, I am on the album, me and Kanye like worked it out. That's the coolest nigga ever. And I was like, worked out what? You feel me? I think it might have been that song.
What song?
I don't think he might have liked that Kid Cudi and Drake was on that song. Because you gotta keep in mind, these songs weren't just recently done.
He may not have liked it, but what the tweet has said that Kid Cudi has sent out, he said that because at first he said, I'm not on the album, and I took that when I first saw that, I took that and just like, oh, there must be some issues right here. But then when he came back, he was just like, I wasn't on the album. Kanye hit me up, and we got it done. Like, I didn't know if it was like we worked it out, like there was an issue kind of thing, or if it was just like we got it done.
I read it as like they haven't spoke, maybe some weirdness situation. And I could be looking at it way deeper than what it was. But
I think it could definitely be they haven't spoke kind of thing.
Yeah,
like they haven't been like.
But I think
contact.
it was due to that though. I think
and
there was
also
something
maybe because he dreamed dropping in this song, the dress shit with Virgil.
That's what I'm saying. I think there was like certain Kid Cudi being his own man, and there was certain things Kanye was peeping, not liking, probably didn't speak on it, but was like, all right, I'm not gonna hit him for the next project. I need my space. You know what I mean? And then he ended up talking it out. Nothing crazy or nothing, but I do think it was like the Virgil, the Drake, whatever. But going back to this album, not album, my fault. Going back to this song, I think Kanye went fucking ballistic, crazy, phenomenal,
both did, bro. Like, they
snapped.
both did.
No, I'm not getting Andre 3000 yet. Kanye went fucking ape shit. Like, bro, there's so many lines in here that was just, oh my God. But
he got Drake the fuck up out of here on this. Like,
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that.
You're not gonna say that?
The only way, and this is respect, like dead ass, like camera. The only way you can ever get Drake out of anything.
Okay, not get Drake out of here, but he killed him on his diss.
He didn't. We can say that, and it's sad to say in the grand scheme of things that we are old heads. Our perspective and how we like music, this is not going nowhere with Drake. Drake will come with a Pop Smoke beat and diss Kanye, and it's gonna make Billboard hits. At the end of the day, if Kanye is not making a dance diss track or something, it doesn't matter. He barred out on this. No one trying to hear that. It's 2021, nigga. If you don't start yelling and screaming and shit, the fuck? Putting TikToks in there or some shit and start dancing, we don't want to hear that. So respectfully, yeah, he barred out. But when it comes to Drake is not about to. Drake is gonna say, yo, 40, what's the best, bop we got right now? He's not gonna say, give me a bar out beat. You feel me? And that was the problem with the Pusha T beef. Yeah, Pusha T killed him lyrically, but Drake made songs and killed him. Meek Mill barred out. Drake made songs. Like, it was like back to back. That's a hit, bro. What the fuck? Is that a beef song or what? You feel me? So I'm like I said, respectfully, of course Kanye did his thing. Andre 3000 was a perfect lob, although Andre didn't know. I didn't really get that. If you can pull it up, by the way. Maybe you guys can read it.
I wasn't understanding.
You didn't understand it either, right?
I wasn't understanding exactly what he was saying. He's saying, like, I didn't know that this verse was on here, or I didn't know not to cuss, or I didn't know this. I'm not sure what he didn't know.
What he didn't know, because he said
when he did the song,
he was saying like he didn't know that. I guess it will be bleeped out. I'm assuming that. I'm really not too sure what he didn't understand.
He had just said something about how he wasn't gonna be on the album because it was a clean album.
Yeah,
I didn't get which way that went.
So I think this song is older than we know, and that's why. So he may be under the impression, which I think all these people that didn't make the album are upset, because the effective communication just was never there. So Andre may have gotten hit for the song, personally, probably most likely from Kanye, and it was like, oh yeah, probably early stages album, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and it just changed so much from then, and now he's hearing it like, oh, this is somewhat not clean, like you know what I mean? And then I think, it's obvious.
Third one down, Levi.
No, it's this one. Oh, never mind. I was about to say they did it too, but yeah.
Yeah.
But anywho, this shit happened. I think Kanye just went back and redid the verse, but I don't think it was ever planned to be dropped. I highly doubt it. Anywho, Andre with the perfect Donda lines, the perfect glob, everything.
Yeah, that shit hurt my soul.
This song was
that
like,
shit hit my soul.
this song was perfect, bro. But regardless, I think Drake has a bigger fucking card up his sleeve, a trump card, whatever, probably end of the world card. But unless Kanye is gonna put effort in saying, "Hey, I'm about to make a hit," which I don't see him doing, there's no winning this. Like, with all due respect, Drake is on top of the throne.
Can he make a hit bigger than a Drake hit though?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, you can.
You think he can?
Bro, I'm gonna
Who would he have to recruit? Or could
Nobody.
He do it by
He
himself?
can do himself. He can do himself.
Interesting.
That last project and everything he just did just show me it's only about time for him if he wants to put in the time to do it. Like that's it. Like he can definitely make. Bro, he did 325 in 4 days.
Yeah, he did.
You feel me?
I mean,
I don't
if
care
we're
what
going off those numbers, he beats Drake in 7 days.
I don't care what nobody say. If Kanye was about money and a lot less artistic and still was putting out shit like this, and he dropped after that second event, it would have been over. I don't think there was no way Drake was catching that.
This nigga got more important shit to do, like
Yeah,
build
like-
houses in Germany.
Like
and shit.
he wants to. I'm like, why are they in Germany? I'm thinking he probably working with somebody. No, working on the school. Like, and I'm not saying Drake don't got mad shit going on or nothing, but I'm just saying like we know and he knows. We're watching his every move, trying to see what's going on with Drake. This nigga's building a fucking school. And that doesn't tell you don't give a fuck. You feel me? I don't know what
for
does.
real.
Like,
That be the shit with Kanye. I feel like just like with the ACG line, just like with the I'm in Berlin working on the school. I feel like that's the way he gets his shit off in these beefs. Like I'm not even worried about this. I'm changing
fucking-
the world out here. You're
my
changing
fault.
music. Like that's kind of like
what is
what I
nigga,
feel
what's
like
nigga
he's saying.
said?
Who?
Fantano said that it was like in a way Kanye is doing his own religious, living by his own rules. So it's like to a degree, it's like, is he really religious? But who is someone to say like, oh, he's doing his shit the wrong way, you know, or he's talking to God the wrong way?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to talk too much on it because I don't want to quote Fantano wrong. But from the gist of it and applying what I did hear and understood from Fantano, it was just like he's doing the right things, you know, all the right things, and like just the delivery is always going to be off, which we all know. But when it comes with him and his religion now, it seems as though that he's going to use a lot of things to cop out of because it's Kanye. And it's just like his thing to figure out, like, you know, how he speaks to God, how he makes his music. Yeah. And I think that applies to the Drake thing. Like, I'm going to handle Drake when I handle Drake. You may get me for a couple days riled up, but I'm back to my life. And I think it's definitely the same way for Drake. Let's not make it one-sided here. But the reason why I'm saying that same thing still applies to Drake when I'm talking about the diss is that Drake is pushing that shit, bro. He's playing with it, but he's pushing it.
Yeah.
And so to me, that lets me know that where academics may have some points where it's like Drake wants Kanye to get into this beef. You feel me? So there's something there.
Like, on him, like going back to, because just like you said on the last episode, like he's been dissing Kanye on songs for like the past how many albums? I don't know.
Forever, bro.
Like it's been a long time, so it's just like, is this really something that he's not trying to like? He's definitely trying to get this shit going, like get it going some kind of way.
But to me,
maybe because he has more, like you said,
from
like,
that trippy song, it went from subliminal distance to no, I'm talking about you. You feel me? And so for that to be said, and then
I'm on Bridal Path,
then leak the song. No, you're begging this nigga to fight you. You feel me?
Literally.
So it's like, to me, like I said, I'm gonna continue to say this. Drake has something fucking huge, and it could be as far as he knows Kanye won't respond. He may have spoken to somebody in Kanye's team like, "Yo, Kanye is not gonna respond to you, bro. He thinks he's too artistic. He thinks he's too deep, whatever." So push. So yeah. So thank you. It's a win either way. Is what I was about to say. You're gonna look like a bitch for not responding and starting something you couldn't finish. If I'm gonna try you on that card, or you're gonna step into this fucking ring and still fucking lose. So pick what you want. Either way, it's an L. You feel me? And the only way I see Kanye winning in the eyes of the world is if he comes back with a hit, not barring out, not saying Drake fucked the 13-year-old, none of that. Not that I don't care. Let me answer that.
Yeah. Watch your words. Watch your words.
The world, sadly enough, I'm not making this positive anyway. It will be extremely hard to take anything Kanye says within this beef, one, seriously, because it is musical beef, two, and anything he takes and cancel him from it. So with that being said, you have to kill him within what you guys are starting to beef through, the medium, and which is music, and it has to be a hit. You can't argue numbers. If Kanye drops a hit and it does X, Y, and Z, and fucking Drake comes out and only does A, B, and C, well, we know who won. You feel me? And that's why I can't even take the numbers for CLB versus Donda, because he dropped on a Sunday, bro dropped on a Friday.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like, nah, if he would have done a 50 Cent shit, it was all or nothing from that point.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, I didn't think it was going to end well, but he didn't do it. So it's like, I kind of believe a blog I read. I'm not sure if it's how true it is, but they were saying that they squashed it before it got here. Mm-hmm. That's why I kept, we was on a podcast last week saying, oh, he's going to come back with something more, whatever. But it was said that he talked to Chris Brown. Mm-hmm. He talked, or some type of communication was made with Drake as well, and it was down. But then Drake leaked this. So I'm not sure if that's true. Like,
and it's back up.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, he said that? All right, well, there's that too.
See, that's the thing. Like, because Chris Brown had went on just like, that's why he dropped his shit and said, this is the verse that I
I was shocked about. Like, why did he say he talked to him and then he dropped the verse anyway? But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because Kanye's manager Boo said that, we talked to Chris Brown, chopped it up. Well, that's fine. Like, but even like if you watch that video, the way he said it was just like, I don't know if I believe this. It's not like you just said that. Like, you just came off the top with that. You haven't even talked to Kanye about it yet. Like, and then Chris Brown is still upset. What did Chris Brown say though?
He just said that he didn't talk to him, and then he put the emoji. He like put it on the story.
Oh, okay.
He was like, what? That nigga like lied. He didn't talk to me. Like, weird emoji.
Yeah.
Eyebrow raise emoji.
I can believe all this. Kanye didn't say anything to me. Kanye just took me off, even though he said he loved my verse. I can believe all that shit, because I just like, communication is one of the worst things with this nigga and this nigga's team. From what I'm realizing with this drop,
not even with just artists from the rollout of Donda. Like, we can see
that's
from
what
that.
I'm saying. Like, they took the baby off of jail too. They trying to stop your shine. No, sir, I'm not. Like, why would we stop the shine? It doesn't make any sense. Like, nobody's communicating well over there. So, and that could be the same thing with this whole Drake B situation. Like, we squashed it. You might have squashed it. I ain't squashed shit. I ain't say I squashed nothing, nigga. I'm dropping this diss and I'm dropping my diss, and then we gonna keep it going. Like, I don't know. But I kind of want to, I know you're tired of talking about it. Kind of want to get off of this topic. Kendrick, please drop an album so we can talk about that. Please drop something.
Yeah, man, shout out to Family Ties.
They did say that his songs are on BMI, like song names and all that shit.
And that's what I don't be understanding. Like, bro, you can get all that information. Like, what? How does that?
That's what I was about to say, bro. Like, this is the first time I've ever heard of somebody's songs being on BMI before the album drop. Y'all didn't do that with Donda. Y'all didn't do that with
nobody.
Y'all didn't do that with nothing before. Yeah. But now you could just miraculously like do that. Maybe it's just because people are really like searching now. Like, it just. Every new project that drops, they want to work harder to try to find out some information.
Next week, can we talk about like small topics? Just a lot of small topics, just take it easy, nice. Like,
a lot of small topics.
There's mad shit we be sending in the group that we never discuss. I think it's just as well interesting, but it's not Donda. It's not Drake.
What was one of those things that we sent? We can.
I was gonna tell you after this, Levi. If we can start, or if you can start, just like having like a list or something that, because we never talk about half the shit. We talk about maybe 2 things in those group messages, and there'd be a hellish shit in there. So yeah, we just gotta get better with that. But yeah, I'm off this, bro. I'm still listening to both projects. I'm gonna try to take it in, understand it, whatever. But you feel me? Shout out to Drake, album's cool. Shout out to Kanye, album was fire. I'm really tired.
Shout out to Andre 3000 for being.
And I hope that fucking Andre 3000 Tyler song comes out, because Tyler definitely tweeted.
I hope
you feel me?
All those people that he
most definitely.
He said I wants to be on the Kendrick album. Yo, Kendrick, make that call right now. Like, I know you don't have a phone.
That's the only one that I don't see being likely.
I feel like the album's already done, but if Kendrick, bro, Kendrick,
I'm not gonna hold you.
This nigga said right there and zoomed in.
Andre 3000 and Baby, Andre 3000 and Tyler. Those are the 2 fastest ones I see working. I don't think Baby gonna play no games, and I don't think Tyler gonna play no games. Yeah,
Baby in the studio every day.
Yeah,
so of course, like, yo, you down the street?
Yeah,
like, you in Atlanta right now? Like,
ain't gonna play no games. That song's gonna get worked on.
Kendrick needs to get a little bit of that Kanye in him, and like, yo, I want to change some things on these songs. Like, Andre said he want to work with me. Let's put him on like 3 songs.
Yeah, he probably put him on a deluxe song. They call it a day.
A deluxe song, yeah.
Fuck out of here.
We're gonna see. Kendrick album coming soon. Andre 3000 working with everybody. All in all, we getting a lot of good music. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Beef, no beef, whatever it is, we getting a lot of good music, so can't be too mad at that. But all right, that wraps up the hopefully last episode of the DondaCast.
I'm done. I'm not talking about it again.
Okay, that wraps up the last episode of the DondaCast. We'll be back next week. Too Many Ideas Podcast, and we are out of here.